Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. So today we're doing chapter 2, verse 3. Excuse me. So here today we're continuing with Sri Bhagwan Uvacha. So Sri Krishna is speaking and he continues. He is very harsh with Arjun. He is so harsh with Arjun. He's calling him impotent and he's calling him all kinds of things. He's like, get out of it, he's using the technique of, I mean, this is all my understanding of what's going on. um so the feeling that I'm going to describe the feeling. I'm getting the feeling that Krishna is Arjun is like, I can't do anything. I'm just like, he's sat down, he's put his bow away, he's like, I'm not fighting, I can't fight. It's just so wrong. It's just, this is all very wrong. And then Krishna is like, get up, you fool, get up, you impotent fool, like, that kind of stuff. He's like, this does not befit you, like, you this is not right for you, you don't, stop this nonsense, like that kind of thing. It's very sweet. And so I was thinking about this, like, why are these verses not bothering me at all? Like, I mean, I'm finding them very sweet when Krishna is saying this to Arjun, and why does it bother me when other people say it to Arjun? Like current people, um, who say anything negative about Arjun. Why does it bother me? And I kind of came up with an analogy, and it's that, let's say there's a teacher and in a classroom teaching a bunch of students, and none of the students know these concepts, right? Like, none of the students know what's going on, and one student has the courage to stand up and ask questions that to the teacher. Now, if the teacher says, no, you like, whatever, don't do this, get up. He's not saying you should, like, I mean, he did say, I guess, in the last one, you should do this, but he's like, don't do this, this does not become you. So if the teacher is saying it to the kid, that's a different thing. But if other students, after hearing the answer from the teacher, before hearing the answer they don't know, but after hearing the answer from teacher, when hindsight is 2020, then they start teasing the or putting down the first student and saying, you should know this, you should have known this, like that kind of thing. That's when it bothers me, because the reason you know the answer is because he had the courage to ask the question in the first place, and now you know the answer, and now you're saying, oh, you should have already known this and you should have whatever. I mean, it's completely. And then I realized that I am judging all of these, sages and the sons. I'm judging Srila Prabhupada for putting Arjun down. He doesn't do it too much, but he does. And I'm judging Swami Chinmaya for putting Arjun down, because he was brutal to Arjun. And yeah, I mean, I completely disagree with that. But then I'm wondering, I mean, I hadn't thought of this as new, this concept of don't judge people as being new, but maybe it is new. Like, maybe people did judge people earlier like that, and the shoulds were much more common, and you shouldn't, or I should even, like, all of those were maybe much more common earlier on, and that's where the consciousness of people was. And now I'm living in a time where the consciousness of people has gone beyond that, where people don't judge other people. In the personal growth world, at least, that's like very, very basic knowledge for me, that don't judge other people and don't put other people down. But I mean, I can't say that it wasn't there in ancient times, but maybe the nuance of how to say it, I don't know. But I did find it interesting that I was judging all of these people for judging. And that is one thing. Like, I tend to not judge people for where they are. I think I am working very hard on that. And I think I'm pretty good with that, for not judging people on where they are, because I have gone through so many thousands of breakthroughs and thousands of breakdowns where I've realized that I'm being manipulative to other people, or I'm being judgy, or I'm being like, this is my basically things that have been flaws in me. And I've worked through so many thousands of them over the last many years, 6-7 years, especially when I got into personal growth, that when I see somebody else going through their journey, I'm like, okay, so they haven't gone through this particular aspect of it. They're good at other aspects, but they haven't gone through this particular aspect. So I'm able to discern without judging. I'm able to notice, okay, this person is not going, but without saying, oh, this person should be there, because they don't know. And then I'm able to help, or I'm able to offer help, or if there is an opportunity to, and if there is an interest, then I'm able to help. But when it comes to judging the judger, I have a hard time with that. I don't know how to not judge the judger yet, and I was just thinking about how interesting it is. I've been contemplating a lot about judgment lately, because there was a situation where I felt very, very judged. So I've been thinking about that a lot, and it's helped me uncover the layers of judgment that I've had inside me, which has been phenomenal over the last few weeks. I mean. Okay, so let's go to see how Krishna big time admonishes Arjun, and oh, this, this is quite intense. क्लैब्यमास्मगमः पार्थ नैतत्त्वय्युपपाद्यते क्षुद्रं हृदय दौर्बल्यं त्यक्त्योविष्ट परं तप. Okay. So the first word, clavium, impotence. Like, don't be impotent. Masma, do not. Gamaha, take to. Parth, O son of Pritha. So that's one thing I learned from Srila Prabhupada's commentary, that Pritha is another name for Kunti, because all the 5 brothers were sons of Kunti. And Pritha is another name for her. And apparently, she was the sister of Krishna's father, Vasudev. So they were cousins. They were actually blood relations. I mean, I was very surprised. I didn't know that. But okay, so he's saying, oh, okay, so Pritha, why he called him Parth is because Kunti or Pritha had done a lot of prayers in order for Arjun to be born. So he was born with a lot of might. So he's basically encouraging. So in the same verse, he's encouraged him twice in a big way, and he's not discouraged. He is called him. He's like, what Chaitanya Charan Prabhu says is like, it's a verbal slap on the face. So he's like slapped him twice, and he has encouraged him twice as well. So it's like, it's really sweet. He's like, get up, don't do this, get up, that kind of thing. So, O son of Pritha, do not take to impotence. Do not take to impotence. Do not become impotent. Never, never, this tvai unto you, upadite is befitting. This is never befitting to you. Kshudra is the second slap. Kshudra is a lower caste, but this is not meaning according to Chaitanya Prabhu, and it's not meaning to demean the caste of Shudra. It's saying that you're acting like a lower caste. I don't know how that works, how it's not demeaning. He tried to explain it. I don't understand. But yeah, he's Kshudram is petty, and Hridaya of the heart, and Daurlabhyam is weakness. So he's like, you're giving up such petty weakness of the heart. Give up such petty weakness of the heart. Give up such petty. Oh, Parth, do not take to such impotence. This is never befitting to you. Give up such petty weakness of the heart, you Shudru. You give up such, whatever. Tyaktvotishtha param tapa. Tyakt is giving up, give up. Tyag is the Hindi word for it. Uttishtha, get up. Give up all of this weakness, get up. And param tapa is the where he is second time encouraging him. He's saying, O chastiser of enemies. So the full translation is, O son of Pritha, do not yield to this degrading impotence. It does not become you. Give up such petty weakness of the heart and arise, O chastiser of enemy. And Swami Mukunda website, O Parth, it does not befit you to yield to this unmanliness, give up such petty weakness of the heart, and arise, Uttishtha, arise, O vanquisher of enemies. And the Koti Shri Krishna book. Don't be a coward, Arjun. That's not right for you. Arise, awake, and abandon your timidity, O destroyer of enemies. Yeah, this translation is very sweet. He doesn't do the he doesn't do the literal translation at all. Koti Shri Krishna. He's like, he doesn't use the word impotent in the in the translation at all. So okay, so that is verse 3, chapter 2. We will meet again tomorrow for verse 4. Wish you a very, very, very beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.